Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It is Friday, January 10th, 2025. Sorry, my internet is down, so this might be a little bit choppy. I'm going to make this as quick as possible and just show you that we're really at a critical point for the Bulls and the Bears. So I should say for the Bulls, a critical point. If we lose this spot, then there's not much left until we get to that bounce area that we've been talking about day after day. So let's just jump into it. We have SPY here. Close this down. We have SPY here. We have the bearish rising wedge. I highlighted the low here, the trend line from the low here, and then the low here. And we're at that trend line right now. So that's in confluence. If this is a bull flag, that's the confluence with these points here. So this would be potentially a bull flag. That's how you look at it in the bullish point of view. The bearish point of view, and the same thing in the Qs, is that this was an descending triangle, and we broke down from it. Okay, so not so fast if you're bullish. There's still some headwinds here. How I can explain this to you is that we're at the 100-day moving average. We're at this potential trend line here. If that breaks, good for the Bears. We go down to this 560 zone and likely 555 because that's where the 200 moving average is, and that's where you're going to have some big-time buyers stepping in. We talked about that in the Discord. Now, if you're bullish, you have to get above this last candle here. You got to get above this 585 breakdown zone. So this zone broke down finally, officially. You have the, but it could be a fake break, right? So you had the resistance, support, 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 fake break, support, fake break. You see how important this level is? Well, this broke down. So I don't think this will conclude today. I think they're going to leave us hanging into next week for this. So, this was a great trade for us. We started hedging here. And since I'm not going to do a second video for members. Oh, by the way, we're doing this intraday, 1240 Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube member for 99 cents. It comes with the Discord, trade alerts, all sorts of stuff. Just real value. Not trying to make the big bucks here. I make my bucks from trading, not from YouTube. So here we go. So anyway, so if you're a bull, you're looking to get back above this 585 zone. Now, it's important to know that we're underneath all of these moving averages. There has to be market structure that's made, have to make a higher low, because right now we have a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're in a bearish structure in the daily time frame. Okay, so do we have any time frames? Anything looking? We have something coming up on 114 here next week on Tuesday. So is that another high or is it a low? We'll see. We might gap down. We might gap up. We're just in this really critical area for the Bulls. Let me get rid of this one. So bull bear battle here. All right, enough there. Let's go to QQQ. On the Qs, we're fighting this former all-time high here. So we made it down to that level. That's a great support level. And, I have to show you the indicators on this. They can be just like, when we were bearish rising up here. In the rise, you have these negative divergences that, went higher and higher, burned through them at times, made new ones. And anyway, the same thing can happen on the downside. So what we're looking at right now, also with this potential bull flag, you have a low, a higher low, and for now, a higher low here. So we have to really watch the RSI that, in this case, has a positive divergence. Slow Stoch's pointing down. Momentum's down in the bearish territory. The histogram is bearish. So many bearish things. It's possible, if we hold this level, that this could make a new high here, or at least go test the trend lines above. So I can't leave that out. On the Qs, fighting with that former all-time high, just think about this. And now we just lost a 50 moving average. That's really bearish. The next level below would be the 100, and also this support level here, which I think if we break these lows, I think we're talking about, first of all, fake break, but then potentially a move to our lower targets that we've been talking about over and over. So we're showing some bouncing action here, and in a bearish sense, we're looking at this breaking the 50 and breaking the descending triangle, okay? In a bullish sense, all those bottoms line up right there, and we have a bull flag. Okay, this is the market. You got bulls and bears. That's what happens. And so looking at this here, we have potentially a divergence on this next move. Not really oversold. If this thing gaps down on Monday, you know, we haven't even gotten to the old oversold area. We have plenty of room to the downside if this wants to continue. I think that's more likely the case. We're not out of the woods for the bulls. This is starting to break into bearish territory. Slow Stoch heading down. I don't like the bullish play on this, but we have to appreciate the setup that's there. That's why we're getting a reaction. We are in a downtrend. We're underneath the moving averages. 8 momentum to the downside. 20 trend to the downside. Last thing here, and I just want to get this out to you guys, is the VIX. So we're testing this 19 area. We're barely holding on to it right now, just above. And so we back tested it and went a little bit higher earlier, but we're still technically above it. Have the momentum to our upside here, you know, showing signs of breaking out. So if the market gaps down, this clearly is going to go to the next level at that point at 23. All right. So watch the VIX. If this starts to reverse from here, then, you know, the market's bouncing, and that was a potential bull flag on the market. But I would be really cautious, and, you know, potentially I have a lot of hedges that we put on here, and we use SPY TQQQ into next week. And then I said that was it, but let me show you Tesla. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay. Now remember, I'm not going to go through all of this, but we're looking for an A, B, and then for this next wave up here, let me give you a better look at. We're still looking for 1, 2, wave 3 is complete, and possibly wave 4 is done. You see it holding on to these excellent support areas. And potentially, if the market's bullish, then this can go to new highs plus higher. So, all right, so we're getting a possible reversal candle here to the upside. This looks like a good candidate if the market wants to get somewhat bullish, or this has a bigger bounce or so. Then, you know, I think this is a really good candidate to really start moving again. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Just wanted to update you on that. We're showing some relative strength in Tesla, and even Nvidia, you know, has some potential in it now. If you redraw your trend lines, so we had that nice back test up here, breakdown. Even if you're just looking for a bounce, that could help the market move up just a little bit. I moved the trend line here from this low to that low, with the assumption that it can move to new highs. I'm not saying it's going to. I think everything with the market is bearish, but this does have a kind of a 1-2 setup there if it does want to go higher. I don't think that's the case. I think these are creating negative divergence. We got negative divergence on the weekly, things like that. So, yeah. So the game plan for next week, going into the 65, is if this breaks, this low breaks here, we're heading to the 560 zone. Okay. This potentially could just be some sort of bounce. Now, what we're looking at, if you're bullish, is this an A, B, C for a larger degree A? You got your B and a 5-wave move down for C. This does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-wave move. So, potentially, this could be. I know we talked about a couple different counts, but let's focus on this last 5-wave move. So, with this 5-wave move, potentially right here, then you can get a retracement on that move. Okay, and reject off the retracement here. So you got to get above these retracements and start holding on to these to go higher in order to break this potential bull flag and form some market structure as well. So get a high. So far we have a low. We have no bullish market structure. We have to get some sort of high here, higher low, and then start building, inverse head and shoulders, some sort of setup. Okay, VIX also gave us 10%, so that says we can at least get a bounce. So, it's likely we get these bounces here. So 589, 560 zone, or excuse me, 590, 592. That would be a good bounce zone into it. I'm not going to play this as a bullish move. I'm just going to protect my positions going into these bounces. All right, I've read all down. Let's get this video out. Thanks for watching us here at OptionsTender. Have a wonderful day. When this internet comes back, I'll make a longer video to be a little bit more accurate on everything, probably tomorrow. Have a good day.